This episode is brought to you by FanRoll, your source for premium gaming dice. Get 10% off dice and dice accessories at fanrolldice.com with our code TRIALS10. They have a huge selection of metal, resin, and even a couple of other novelty dice. So go check that out and get 10% off your order with code TRIALS10. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 212 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your Dungeon Master, Phoenix Master Luke, and joining me are my players whose names are...
Hello, my name is Ben, and I play the level 11 Tiefling Fighter, Boo Bolero.
Dang.
Hello, everyone! It's me, Carla, and I play the level 11 Tiefling Roguelike Integrity Idol Berry. Here's for the 90s kids, or maybe the 2000s kids. Listen up.
There's 2,000 kids listening to this right now.
Fly! Open up the part of you that can sneak attack. I can fly! Free the caged up prisoners and find Winsler Wallaby.
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Miramar Sean, the level 11 half-elf bard. Big B's handman, lend me a hand. Give it 4d8 force damage on hand. Make it a hand like hands is in damage, and make the hand a crushing gland to manage. Handman, hand at the man. Make it a fan of hands is the best that you can. Please turn on your Big B's hand. Big B's hand, lend me a hand.
Amazing.
Spectacular, Sarah.
Is this from a commercial?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I play the level 11 human sorceress Serenep Cinderman, who doesn't speak primordial. So imagine, if you will, looking at a giant bird, and you're like, hey, have you seen our friend, like, making gestures? And then suddenly it's like...
That is a good visual.
Gurgle.
It just gurgles at you.
It's like throat singing.
And last time... So I'm so sorry, everyone. My mustache keeps getting in my mouth, and it's really annoying me.
Gotta trim it.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the gamblers crept into Yent's arena and began their attack, calling the audience and spirits gathered to aid them in their fight. To no avail. They killed him with great haste, though the fiend rose from the dead and summoned his pet phoenix to aid him in combat, flying around the room and dealing massive damage to anyone he could. Luckily, Integrity and Boo charged directly for his neck, severing it and fully killing the Fiend of Avarice. Afterwards, Boo picked up the head, and Integrity picked up the master's lead, and at the pleading of a guard, threw it into the lava below, freeing all of Yent's prisoners in Lem, or rather duplicity. Saying farewell to the Phoenix, who plane shifted by itself, the doors to the arena blew open as the Fiend of Death, Horst, came to confront the gamblers herself. We find ourselves in a warm room, lava bubbles below you. It looks like an opera room. The cages chained to the ceiling open, their ghosts gone. The crowd has dispersed, running in terror from the phoenix which rose from the lava below. Flying across this vast open space is a humanoid woman. She wears a black tuxedo. She has black wings spread out of the back of her body, flapping gently in the breeze to bring her over towards you all. An onyx horn emerges from the middle of her forehead, and she has these dark, black, shiny eyes. As she flies over to the four of you, standing at the edge of this lava pit, she will yell out and say, "Nobody move until I get there. You're all going to be coming with me very shortly, okay? Sit right there." She is flying over very slowly, not making haste whatsoever. You can see her like eyes shifting between the four of you, and as she comes right up to you, she'll land on the railing itself, standing a couple of feet above you all, and just balancing there perfectly. And she'll look down and say, "Are you not the four that were having difficulties checking in just earlier today? You could have," and she puts a hand to her chest, "you could have just come and found me before you started ripping my gambling house apart. If you had business like this to deal with."
If we had known that, we would have. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm certain you would have. She'll point a
Yeah,
finger
it's
at
not
you.
like it's our first thought to approach one of the fiends of this place and be like, yeah, we need some help. We need some direction. We have business here. It's like, that wouldn't be our first thought.
We know you're very busy.
I am very busy and you're wasting my time here. She'll point at you, Boo, and say, "Give me his head right now. Hand it over."
And why should I do that?
What, are you scared I'm going to bring him back to life?
No. Well, why do
Give
you
me
need
his head?
Fine, I'll throw the head.
You throw it over to her. She catches it. She attaches it to her own wonderful black belt. She'll look down at the four of you and say, "Who sent you here? Or did you just, of your own volition, decide to start killing the owners of this betting house?"
We just wanted money.
Make a deception check.
We did get offered money.
It's still a lie. I'm going to be real with you.
It's a 16 plus a 9. 25.
25. She blinks and will sigh heavily and say, "So you're liars and murderers, then. I don't know if you're aware, but the man you made a deal with, Count Huck Tool, upstairs in my gambling house on my floor, the moment you were out of his sight, he came to me and told me, 'I know 4 people who are about to commit terrible murder. Here are their names. Here's what they're going to do. Here's what I paid them. So where do you stand trying to lie to me and get out of this?'" And she'll put her hands like on her, next to her eyes, kind of looking down at you all, disappointedly.
Figures, I guess it's no surprise that the person we made a deal with would end up turning tail as soon as we leave, and...
Do you even know why he wanted this, the former Fiend of Avarice dead? Did you even think about it for a moment?
He said he was slighted.
Yeah, we're not that great at really thinking this through. So why? Why did he want the Fiend of Avarice dead?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask him yourself.
Well, I guess there's no point in lying now because you said that the person told you what we're here for
did.
and just revealed everything.
Wonderful Count Huck Tool. He's old hat at these things. Don't worry. I have him under my... And she looks around, looking for the right word. Supervision right now. The 4 of you will have to pay, obviously, for what you've done here. You've broken quite a few rules of my gambling house. You've cheated. You've killed. And worst of all, you've scared away paying customers.
You're not glad to have the Fiend of Avarice out of the picture?
Oh, I didn't say that. And she smiles and she goes, "It's the brightest part of my day, in fact, young lady." Him out of the picture, and she rolls her eyes and she goes, "The heart of desire dealt with. One less thing for me to take care of, one less thing for me to check in on.
Well,
You have my thanks for that."
there must be other fiends that you have similar thoughts about if you really want us to be accountable and help you.
You want to make a deal of sorts? Is that what I'm hearing? And she'll flutter down from standing on the railing and walk right up to you, Mira. She puts her finger under your chin. She stands very close and picks your head up so you're looking straight at her. She might be like 6 feet tall and looks deadly. She looks straight into your eyes with a deadly stare and will say, "Are you trying to make a deal with me?"
I wanted to gauge your interest. We're not against the possibility. And then I'm gonna like look left and right to my friends like, right? I don't say right, but that's the...
Keep your eyes on me, please.
Oh.
As you look away. I'm very interested in the prospect. To know that there's such accomplished... What are you, mercenaries? Are you assassins? Whatever you are. Sitting around on my property? It gets the imagination going. And she pulls her finger away from you and will step away, her back to all of you. Her wings are kind of pulled back now, almost like as if they're going to tuck away into her tuxedo jacket properly. And she'll say, "We can make a deal later. I can arrange a dinner tomorrow night. How does that sound? We can talk all about what I want to happen in my own domain where I know it's safe to talk about such things. I can even make sure Count Hucktool is there, and you can give him a piece of your mind if you'd like."
I think we would love that.
Oh,
Right?
I'm glad to hear it. There is still the matter of a fee to pay, however, for breaking your first contract when you entered into duplicity. And she kind of like holds her fingers up and regards her fingernails. They're sharp, very talon-like. And she'll say, "I would ask that you pay half of whatever Hucktool gave you to kill this lover boy. Pay it as a fee back to the gambling house, and we'll see your sins absolved."
I believe it was Mira we put the coins like in the shoe.
I believe that is correct, yes.
Yeah.
You had handed them off to Mira before you had gotten nabbed
Yeah.
by security.
Um,
Your eyes turn over to Mira, and once again, the Fiend of Death, those dark onyx eyes, drift back over your direction, and she'll say, "Oh, are you the bookkeeper?" and put a hand out towards you.
Yeah, I will pull out what was given to me, and I will be like, I mean, this never really felt like our money anyway. Please take it, and I will
I'm
hand
glad.
it back to her.
You hand it back to her. Are you going to hand everything?
Half.
Half. What is half to you? You have 3 coins. You have 3 chips.
I'll hand her
Each
2.
worth... Okay, perfect. As you hand her 2, she goes, "Can you read my mind or something?"
Yes! I mean, I'm not doing it, but I could. I mean, no.
She blinks slowly. She'll like make eye contact with you, Serenep, and then just breathe out a deep sigh. She doesn't pocket the money. She just drops it out of her hand and it vanishes. And she'll fold her palms in front of her and say, "Next order of business. I have his head. Where is the lead which Yent carried? It's very pressing. There's a whole disaster waiting to unfold upstairs. People are realizing they have no more servitude to this place and seem to be festering. So," and she'll snap, "Quickly hand it over. There's no use holding on to it. I know you have it."
Okay, I'm going to try here. I mean, okay, as a side thing, she knows when we lie.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like anything we do is going to...
It's not that she knows when you lie. It's that she had already ascertained who you were and what was going on. So regardless of how high Mira rolled, she knew it would just indicate how good of liars
Okay,
you were
I
to
guess-
her, rather. So you can definitely try to lie to her.
Fuck, okay. I'm going to say, well, with the fight and with him letting go of the lead, it ended up, in the end, going into and I gesture over
Point to the
to...
lava.
Yeah, I gesture over to
That's
the...
not even a lie. He did let go of the lead, and it
He
did
he let go of it, and it ended up going into the... And it ended up going into...
Yeah.
Yeah.
She regards you for some time, Serenep Cinderman. Are any of you going to like jump to help your friend in this deception?
It is destroyed, gone, and I'm going to like do like a hand gesture of
Like,
exploded, disappeared.
All right,
Yeah, I mean, we
gone,
would gladly
destroyed.
give it to you if it didn't fall into the pit of lava.
Serenep Cinderman, roll
we had
a
it.
deception check with advantage for me,
Yay!
please. Thank you.
If you didn't
Okay.
have butterfingers.
I can't wait to do bad at this, have her slap me, and then die. Ooh, okay, that's good. Can I get better though? Ooh, okay. Deception is +4, so that's a non-natural 20.
That's adequate. She will like click her tongue and look and shake her head a little bit, looking off towards the lobby, and she goes, "He was always too extravagant with those things. I knew it would sometimes backfire on him. That is a terrible shame, though. I guess we'll just have to break the chains leading out of this place so none of them can escape. Pittance. Very well. I'll send you all... I know where your room is. Don't worry about it. I'll send you all instructions on how to find my quarters, when to show up, what to wear, and then I'll send someone for you to bring to me when it's time. Until then, please don't go around killing anyone else in my gambling house without my permission, please.
We wouldn't dream of it.
I'm sure that's a lie."
I'll smile at her.
God.
She'll look over at you, Integrity and Boo, and say, "You two are quiet.
What, you expect me to say anything?
I don't know. I expected maybe the fiendish blood in you both to be boiling at this point. I expected you maybe to drop to your knees and kiss the ground I walk on for not killing you here and now. But I guess I'll not be getting...
Integrity is going to smile uncomfortably because, like, she does not understand what's happening.
There's
like,
a weird energy happening right now. Like,
She's referencing you guys being tieflings, in case you misunderstand.
Okay, so you're saying that you expect us to beg?
I would love it if you did.
Not in your life.
Damn, boo.
I'm gonna stand in. I'm gonna put myself between the fiend and integrity.
Sure, you can try to walk. She'll put a hand on your chest and stop you and say, no, I want you right where you are. Please.
There's nothing to beg you for, is there?
There's lots to beg me for. You've transgressed in this place. It's a very holy place you stand in, and you have sinned against the god Lem. Anyone else other than me would probably put you out of your misery. That's a good enough thing to be begging for, I think. Or just thanking me for.
We're all incredibly grateful.
I'm sure
for
you
your-
are. I want to hear her say it.
Oh my, you're so great and so gracious. Thank you so much for allowing us to live. And I say in the most sarcastic way ever.
She smiles. She's thriving this, and she goes, that's it. Perfect. And we'll put a hand on your head, almost to like pat you on your head. And then she'll look at Boo and say, I don't expect the same from you. Until tomorrow night, goodbye, everyone. And then her wings flare out again, and she will turn and fly away off to the other side of this place. Those guards with the red mottled skin, they stand with their arms crossed, watching as their boss returns to them. And then she will kind of like flick her hand very softly and say, come quickly, we'll break the chains. You three will get to work immediately. And they kind of grunt and follow her out, leaving the four of you alone in here.
So what, now we're just a pawn of this fiend now too?
Well, she did say that you better not be killing anyone inside the betting house ever again, but she didn't say anything about the outside.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Plus, from what she said, it sounded like she wants other fiends dead too, which is a good start, right? I mean better than nothing, especially if we want to, get the people we're looking for and help with this whole situation.
We didn't really check with her. Maybe if she has him, then again, like maybe working out a deal. And if she has him, if she doesn't, then maybe us working for her might open up more avenues to look.
Yeah,
if it's a start, right? And
It's a start.
she probably wants to be the only fiend running any of this place. She probably wants the leads. She wants control over everyone here, and probably wants all the other fiends taken out, which means if we have one on our side, then by the end of things, well, I don't want to say out loud what we should do by the end of things, but and I'm kind of like,
who's to say she wouldn't just kill us after we've done her dirty work for her and then just discards us like we're nothing? Are you just gonna let that happen once we finish everything?
That's absolutely not what I'm implying, Boo. I'm implying and I'm like putting my hand over my throat as to
She's
suggest,
just running, yeah.
like,
Cut the throat,
I don't
cut
want
the
to
throat.
say it out loud, but like we should kill her. We should do her
Integrity
job
is
and
going-
then kill her.
Integrity is going to stand by Mira with like her arms stretched, trying to like cover her from the door.
Of course. One of the fiends looks over his shoulder and squints and just
I
sees
like pretend I'm
Integrity.
scratching my back.
And Integrity's like making a screen, and he's like, you hear him like spit on the ground and walk away.
Ugh.
You get what I mean?
I guess. Well, she said we don't have to. She said or forbade us from killing anyone else, but she didn't say anything about. And I'm gonna hold up the key from the Fiend of Avarice's body.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything about exploring.
That's a very good point.
Ooh.
And I lift my eyebrows conspiratorially.
I'm going to assume that this key leads to the chambers or some room that was owned by this Fiend of Avarice. So it might be worth to check that out before we actually have to go into the meeting,
Yeah.
whenever that is.
Tomorrow night.
Good point.
I think that's
I
very
hope-
Wait, does that mean we have to
I
pay
hope
for
enough
another
people-
night?
Hey, I still have this one. I'm gonna hand up my one coin that I got.
Wait. We paid for 2 nights.
Yeah, you paid for 2 nights, and Mira goes, wait, maybe we can leverage this, and holds up the 100,000 gold piece worth chip.
We could also probably strike a deal. Like, oh, we're working for you. Maybe give us a
another
discount
deal.
or
Great.
a free room.
It would be part of the original deal that's gonna probably happen at the dinner.
Yeah, I mean, we can't work for you if we don't have somewhere to sleep, right? Wink, wink, wink.
Did you say
I hope
wink
that enough
out loud?
people have a chance to get out of here before the doors get cut or whatever.
I mean,
As she said, to be clear, before they cut the chains.
Cut the chains.
I don't know if that worries
Whatever
any
that
of you
means.
either.
it does extremely worry me, but at this moment, because like this is the only place we really have right now for looking for our friend, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not like, and I mean, if the chains get broken, it's either we're going to be stuck over there or we're going to be stuck over here. Like this is the best place we can for search. We can search here though.
Yeah. I guess
So I
that
guess
Phoenix
time-
was onto something when it said that we might not get a chance in a while.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what can we do, right?
We need to find Winsler, and he was not with the Fiend of Avarice, so my assumption is it's either with the last 2. So,
Death or whimsy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And time is not on our side, so we better take a rest and start doing something and finding him.
Yeah, maybe we can learn everything we know about, her and the other fiends so that when the time comes to... And I do the gesture again, like pretending I'm scratching my shoulder.
Yeah.
We have something on our side, and then hopefully all these people will be free, and then if they find a way out, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Point being, we need rest, I think, and we're not gonna get killed yet at the moment, and that's a good start.
It is. The 4 of you can like make your way to like one of these side staircases, walking through like the boxes. You can see like the like snacks and drinks, cocktails left behind by all these people
Can I
who like
grab cash that's on the ground if there's any?
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because people were like betting and fucking fleeing.
specifically people were throwing it into the lobby. To be clear,
Yeah, but like there was a
However,
bunch of pandemonium.
What if some
Integrity
people have
Atterbury?
that aim?
Integrity Atterbury, as you
Yes.
are keen-eyed watching, as you guys are walking, have this conversation, Mira keeps going, before we, you're like watching the ground, like, what's that? Oh, it's just not popcorn, but popcorn. Is that a chip? Is that gold? Is that gold? Is that gold? And finally, there's a chair right before you guys reach like the foyer, where the grand opening was, where all those guards were standing. Integrity, you see a chair that has like 6 or 7 just chips sitting there. You can run up to it, and you pick them up. Let me get to my page with the conversions. They are blue chips. You get 7 blue chips. You see a little emblem on them. Each one is worth 500 gold pieces.
Nice.
Nice.
And you can shove those in your shoe for safekeeping.
I mean, that covers Wildcliff's money for a while.
Yeah, if you can get the money out.
Yep. Which I honestly don't
and-
believe. So.
Yeah, Integrity, you pocket that stuff. The 4 of you walk into this foyer. These big doors, as you walk up to them, the large doors of this opera house. I made the assumption that you guys aren't going out the back way. Is
I'm
that
not
true?
going out the back
No.
way.
You're going to go out the front door? Okay. You see these doors. As you walk up to them, they just pull open for you as if by magic. Beyond, you see what seems to be like a little waiting area. To the left, there is a... I'm going crazy. Is hibachi the correct term where they like cook in front of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It looks like a little hibachi setup. There is just the grills that are burning and no one is tending to them. It seems as though the cooks there have just run for their lives. And anyone who is sitting here eating has also run, leaving like jackets and stuff behind. And then on the right, there's like a little bar, like a little, just a place to sit down and get a drink. And you do see a bunch of abandoned drinks and coats here as well. But there is a bartender sitting there behind the bar who has a very thick chain around his neck. And as you guys all walk out, he goes, "Oh, well, hello. Welcome to the Fiend of Avarice's fighting pits. Can I interest you in our daily special?" And he breathes in deeply. He looks like he's just been crying almost. And he goes, "Can I interest you in our daily special. So the and he puts out a little pink cocktail and goes, the Chul Brain. And he smiles gently. As you look at this, you see like a bar. It has like a mirror behind it. And then up on the wall, there's like a bunch of like fight listings almost. Like who was going to be fighting tonight. Like that flame elemental is listed there. Like a little Kuotoa is listed there. The chimera you killed is also listed here. Like there's a bunch of little things.
Dang, L.
And the guy's just kind of standing there very awkwardly. And he goes, are you the people who just... And he runs his finger, like thumb along his neck. And he's like, killed someone?
I mean, a lot of people were the fights, people were getting killed all the time.
I mean, outside of the fights, like, I heard a big commotion in there. I didn't leave because I didn't want to get struck down from where I stood. And I was kind of stupidly hopeful that I would be freed from this whole racket. And he pulls out the chain and goes, but, nope, doesn't seem so.
Were you not on the Fiend of Avarice's lead?
You know, honestly, lady, I thought I was. And now I'm kind of stressing out about the fact that I'm still stuck here. I saw a guard run away, but I'm still chained up behind the bar, and I don't think any guests are gonna come down here anytime soon. So I don't know. Could you? Hey, you guys are like good at this. Can you help me out here? Can you like? And he holds up the chain. And he goes, "Can you like break this?" No one's around.
Sorry, I don't have time to deal with this one either.
Oh,
I'm gonna start walking away.
Of course, you walk away.
It takes more than just breaking it, we think, but we're gonna do our best for you and for everyone.
Okay. And he looks very sad, and he's like, all right, have a good visit. Well, have a great time at Duplicity.
Can I just like reach over and like pick up the drink that he was
Absolutely, you can grab the drink.
I
He goes,
wanna-
you
I
do
wanna
have to
try
pay for those. You do have to pay for those.
Aw, how much is it?
It's not free
Can you make
drinks down
change?
here. I can make change. And he walks over to a onyx block, and he'll hold a hand out, and he goes,
God.
what do you want?
I have 100,000 here. Can you make change
His
for
eyes.
that?
His eyes.
That's so
widen,
rude.
and he goes, I can make change for that. What do you want? How do you want that
just
broken up?
The second biggest denomination, and then I just want to pay for the drink.
He walks over, laces the white chip onto the little obsidian block, and then he picks up 2 little purple chips and walks back over to you and goes, here you go, made change.
How much are these?
Each one's 50,000.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So I didn't have to pay anything. Thanks.
Oh, you want to pay too? No, with a drink.
I just said I wanted to pay for the drink. That I wanted to make change.
My mistake. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
And the
Shit! You don't have to.
Wait, I think I do we have like leftover chips from like the initial gambling, like
You
the
have like
low
33
amount?
left over. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pay using those chips.
Okay, you hand over 17 chips. He takes them and hands.
It's 17 chips to buy this drink?
This is a high fancy. This is like the private room. This isn't Silverton's.
This is a scam.
I'll give you half of it. I say to her for the
Slides
drink, holding the
he
drink.
slides the drink over to you, Stand Up. Stand Up, you pick it up. It's bright pink, and inside you see a very tiny little lobster creature floating around in it. And there's like a little twist of what looks like a lime peel as well.
Ugh.
And he like takes over the change and like scurries away. And he'll say, good luck, like killing people, I guess, if that's what you're gonna do. And he gives you a very weak thumbs up. And then he sits down, and it very much looks like he's waiting for you guys to leave so he can get on with his crying.
I'll start walking away. I don't think there's any sign in here that says I can't leave with the drink,
By all
so
means.
bye.
Yeah, you can walk around with your drinks.
Fuck yeah.
The 4 of you walk towards the far end of this room, where there stands a very golden, it's gold and crystal looking like little elevator. When you step on, the winch system begins to go off by itself. No imp power needed for this one. And you guys very slowly rise above into the stone. You sit here, Sarah, you drink this little cocktail. It's fruity, it's springy, it's nice. It's a good balance, and you could probably get smashed off this stuff real easy, if not for the price.
Yep.
Did you want to offer your cousin a little sip as well?
I'm gonna drink like half of it, and then I'm going to like hand the rest of it over to her.
Okay, let me roll something.
Okay.
Sarenep Cinderman, as you drink this, you try to, I don't know if you're avoiding the little lobster creature, but you do slurp that thing down there.
Yep.
And it's like a nice little chewy thing, and you just chew it once or twice, and then this wonderful savory like taste flows down the back of your throat. It's a very odd concoction, like almost like it's like a little gusher filled with juice, and it just lets go down the back of your throat, and it makes a very odd combination with the drink. You hand the remaining bit over to Integrity though, and Integrity, you can enjoy a nice little beverage. As you guys rise on this elevator, you eventually and then come to a stop. You see it's like a short hallway. On either side is just like jackets hung up on to like hooks and stuff. The hooks probably go like 30 feet up the sides of both walls, inordinately high, and just covered in a variety of different people's clothing that they've left here so they can be more comfortable down in the heat of the lava. The doors in front of you at the end of this probably 60-foot hallway are cracked open slightly, and you can hear absolute pandemonium coming from the other side of it. People screaming, the sounds of feet crashing into the ground. You feel like almost a shaking of the building underneath your feet. You hear people screaming, you hear people crying. You hear the sounds of like people getting like hit occasionally, or like the sounds of like chains being snapped occasionally. What would you all like to do?
I mean, if we want to head over to the head over to the Fiend's chambers, I think the best thing to do is to try and avoid as much chaos out there and get to the elevators themselves.
Of course.
Yeah.
The four of you walk forwards hesitantly. You push open these already cracked doors, and you see the cause of this pandemonium is many of those dealers standing out on that floor no longer have silver chains around their necks, and they are running, sprinting at top speed in like a very pushy crowd towards the front doors. Amidst the kind of like chaos that is happening on the gambling floor, you see large like the guards that the Fiend of Death Horst was accompanied by, like those mottled red-skinned fiends. They are holding chains and are just like slapping them around people's necks as they run by, almost like recapturing them. And then others who are just like getting out the front door, you can see, and presumably standing there to watch the chains being broken or trying to get away on an imp cart of sorts. But no one really pays any mind to you. There's a lot of other gamblers who are like kind of sitting there watching this all take place, and they're like, "Oh my heavens, this is unfortunate." Just like people being abandoned at the tables and stuff like that. You see that many of the dice tables now have no dealers. You see that many of those like bounce the ball and pick up the little pieces of razor tables have no dealers. Some of the roulette tables and some of the other, like the 2 card games that are out here that are pretty expensive, those still have dealers, but everything else seems to be gone or running for their lives at the very least. As you make your way to on the outskirt of the gambling house, you can avoid the brunt of the kind of commotion. But as you make your way over to like the western side of Duplicity, where the elevators or like the hall to get into the elevators is to go up to your rooms, you see that there is like 6 or 7 of these unchained dealers who are kind of like huddled off in this corner, who are waiting for one of these elevators to come. And as you come around the corner, they just like push against the back wall, and they're like, one of them like grabs a broken bottle off of the ground where someone like dropped a drink tray, and they hold it out, and then you go, get away from us, stay away, we're not going back, get away. And at this point, like the elevator door opens, and it's like equidistant between your group and theirs, and they're very hesitantly like pushed back against this corner, just in absolute fear.
We're not, I like raise my hands like to show like I get no weapons or anything like that. Like,
sure.
Like,
excuse us, we need to take this elevator.
We were just we were just going to the elevator to get up to our rooms.
Boo, make an intimidation check.
Let's see. Yeah, okay. Intimidation?
Find my own ball, break it, point it back at them.
It's not really that great. That's a 11.
An 11? You say, we're taking this elevator. This guy throws the bottle at you.
Cool.
Does a 14 hit?
No,
it goes flying over your shoulder and smashes on the carpet elsewhere. And you see these like 6 dealers rush for the elevator to like beat you there as they are scared you're going to leave them and allow them to be recaptured. The goblin, or not the goblin, my apologies. The imp inside kind of like bristles as so many people come in and goes, "You guys better be tipping real good." And then you feel the elevator doors shut, and you hear the lift go up. Maybe they're going to jump off the side, you know? Maybe they have a plan, you know? But you wait here as the pandemonium occurs off screen for another elevator. You all step in, kind of haggard, covered in blood. The elevator doors close. This little imp wearing his little purple hat spins the little crank slowly and gently and goes, "Rough time out there, eh?"
You could say that.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I did.
Crazy.
It's crazy stuff. Never seen anything like this. I heard a rumor they're cutting all the chains going out of this place, so you should probably head down to the front desk and get an extension for you being staying until they get those fixed.
What is gonna happen when the chains are cut?
No way in, no way out, lady.
And is
He
there
continues
like a
cranking.
fast turnaround if they fix it after everything is settled? Or
I mean, they
Couple
need new
weeks, probably.
customers. Couple weeks.
couple of weeks.
Oh.
Weeks.
Yeah. At the least. Maybe they'll just slow it down so y'all have to spend more time and money in here. If I was running this place, that's what I would do. Take like, a good, what's a bigger number? 12? 12 weeks.
Wow,
Shame
I-
about that. Wish there was another way out. He cranks.
Are the boats another way out?
He shrugs. He goes, no boats anymore. That was the old place. That was the old place. Those don't work anymore. There's no boats anymore. And he goes,
Can I
and then he
do
stops
an
and goes,
insight check on him?
You can make an insight check, sure.
Yeah.
Sidebar, do you want to hold out the key, Yent's key, or your own room key? Which one do you want to go to first?
Let's hold out Yen's key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great. This is when the chaos is at its max, though. So
Yeah,
we're the
okay.
least likely to
That's
get
a
out.
good-
Best
that's
to
a
take
good
advantage
call.
of the chaos while we
That's
have
a
time.
great call. Okay. Sarah enough cinnamon. What was the insight?
Got a 23.
23. He's absolutely truthful. There's that's not true. He snickers to himself when he says, "No boats around anymore. Those don't exist, lady." He seems to be knowledgeable about this subject. He seems to know something about boats and another way out, but is keeping it to himself as
He
he
owns
goes.
a boat.
He goes, "All right, 17th floor," and he opens the doors and goes, "Are you gonna tip?
I ain't tipping.
Listen, I got you out of all that chaos down there. Brought you on a nice, easy ride." He like strokes his little red nose and he goes, "That's worth a hefty tip to me."
You're in control of the money. You can do whatever you want with it.
I only have fucking $50,000 coin dominations. I'm not
He would
fucking
love
tipping.
to take that.
I'm sure he would.
Consider that like a future investment for any time we all
I'm
need
trying
to
to
use
think
other
how
elevators.
much I have left.
He looks
I'm-
at you and bats his little impish eyes. They're so cute. He looks adorable.
I'll give him a used napkin.
Oh my
You give him a
god.
used napkin, and he looks at it and goes, "Thank you very much, sir,"
What
and
the
tucks
fuck?
it away in his pocket.
I guess napkins are hard to come by down here.
We don't get chances to leave and clean our hands, and I shake a lot of nice people's hands.
Oh, okay.
Sad.
Thank you for
Okay,
your
well-
time.
You all exit out of the elevator, and he kind of goes,
Sanitation
Huh.
aside.
He goes, harumph, very loudly at the fact that you didn't give him any actual money. And then the elevator doors go,
Harum.
Before
And then you
it
hear-
closes, I'm gonna say maybe I could have given you more if you said something about the boats. And
He
then
looks at the elevator doors close, and then you guys start walking down the hallway, and then he pulls them open as if the elevator's like dropped like half a floor. And he like, pulls them up and he goes, "I can tell you all!" And he crawls out of the elevator,
Oh my
and you hear it just plummet
Oh my
behind him.
God.
And he like crawls along the floor like a little creature, and then stands up right at your feet. And goes,
Ugh.
I can tell you about boats. And he sticks out a little greedy hand. He goes, "I can tell you all about boats if you want for the right price."
I'm going to actually.
He's breathing so
I'm
heavily.
gonna reach into my own wallet. I'm going to pull out. I'm terrified of this creature.
Give the man some money already.
I'm
Get
gonna-
him out of our
10 gold.
fucking
10 gold. I'm gonna give him
personal
10 gold.
space.
You give him 10 gold. He looks at it and goes, "Hard cash." He sticks it in his other pocket. He goes, "All of the fiends confiscated the boats when they closed the rivers. Now, you didn't hear this from me, but I hear there's an old boat captain down at Silverton's." And he rubs his little nose.
I think we might know who that is.
"Oh, I'm not giving you a refund if you already knew."
No, that money's
No
yours.
worries.
Thank you.
No worries.
"Okay." And he turns around to the elevator and he's like,
Gone. Yeah, it's gone.
and just kind of like groans and he goes, "Have a great time in your rooms, guests." And you just see him run the other way down the hallway. Who knows where this little guy is going, but you can hear like the jingle, 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 jingle of the 10 gold in his pocket as he runs, and the little of his little clawed feet. You see as he runs, his
terrifying.
little clawed feet are absolutely ripping up the carpet here. Just a menace to this gambling house at large.
The
Terrifying.
longer we
cat.
stay here, the more I lose my fucking mind.
Okay, so we have.
at least we
information.
know another possible way out.
That might be our only way out. If everything comes to pass and we need to get out.
Yeah.
You find yourselves on the 17th floor. Boo, you look down at this room key. It reads 799. Or sorry, you're finding yourselves on the 17th floor of this gambling house. You look it down at the key and it goes 1799.
Wow,
What a
that's a cheap
steal
key.
of a price.
What a good year.
You all look at these doors and start walking away looking for the proper room. It takes you 15 minutes as you walk along this floor before you come to the very end of this eternally, damnedly long hallway. There is a very plush is not the right word. There's a very well-carved, beautiful, like masterwork kind of like piece door. It seems to depict a very muscular giant of a sort who is like being crawled upon by smaller creatures. They look almost impish, but not quite there. And it's just like this full 8-foot tall door that's like this kind of relief sculpture, this work of art. Nonetheless, Boo, you walk up to this. Do you want to listen inside before you go in, or are you just gonna open the door?
I guess we'll listen a little. I'll listen to the door a little bit.
Okay, make a perception. You can all make perception checks if you'd like, as you all crowd around and listen to make sure it's safe to enter.
11.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Mira,
good.
you hear some ruckus coming from back down the hallway.
I have a 17.
Okay, 17.
4.
Shit. What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
Gee, did you forget that I roll like shit?
You know, I really did, Ben. I really did. I forgot you had it in you.
I had no wisdom.
Integrity.
21.
Serenepth and Integrity, you are perceptive enough to listen through this door. You hear the sounds of... It sounds like someone left the windows on the inside open, and there's like a whoosh, 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 a little bit of wind or that dust storm from outside is blowing in. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be any noises or people that you can hear on the other side of this door. So this information told to you, Boo, you can slam that little key in the lock, give her a twist, and the most beautiful sounding lock on the earth, in the world.
On the
in
earth?
In the real human
In
world earth. Integrity, the most beautiful sounding lock ever, goes click, click. You hear like 19
click.
little clicks come from inside of it, micro clicks, as each degree that Boo turns it, a new tumbler is unlocked.
ASMR
And then the door,
key opening.
That's a new invention.
the door swings open of its own accord, perfectly balanced despite the massive heft. And inside you see a beautiful hotel suite. There is a little sitting room section with these black leather couches. The walls are this putrid red color that's just super gaudy. There's golden chandeliers and fixtures on everything. The floor is made of like a black marble with gold like laced throughout it, little veins running through it. That it seems to be gorgeous. On the table in the living room, you see bottles of like ancient looking wines of varieties, of different varieties. You all enter. Boo, you can shut this door behind you. You all are hit in the face by a very like foul odor in this room. Presumably the reason why the windows were left open.
Foul
You can see
how?
along the left side, there's like 6 windows out here that look out onto like the grand plains of Lem, and each one of them is like fully open to air it out. A lot of dust is coming through. And Sarah, what did you ask?
Oh, foul how?
Foul, like rotten.
Ew.
Like it hits you in the face when you walk in. Like you would be expecting, oh, this is going to be a sweet, like, beautiful incense, or maybe like some wonderful lavender or something. But it's truly just you smell the dust storm from outside, and then are hit in this face with what smells like rotting vegetables or something of the sort,
Ew.
or maybe like a person at worst. Case scenario. Beyond the little sitting room that you see, there's like an archway that leads to a banistered bed, like with the little curtains drawn around it and everything like that. And then and you guys can walk up to like the archway here, and you see on the right side of this bedroom there is there's a very grand looking bathroom in there. And the keen-eyed among you would notice that there's a little trickle of water coming out of the bathroom, and that's like running out onto the main tile floor here. And you just smell, the curtains on the bed are completely drawn, and as you stand here at like this archway, the putrid smell kind of like grows even worse.
Is the curtains around the bed itself, are they opaque? Are they
They are, there's like one layer that is like sheer, and then another layer that is very like blackout curtain almost, like this beautiful pink and purple embroidered velvet.
I'm going to go over to the bed and I'm going to, in case this is where the smell is coming from itself,
Okay.
to pull it open.
You draw the curtain. You see like a little bit of light comes in from the room and illuminates what is within the bed, and you see wrapped up in like the linens for the sheets, there's probably like the form of 2 or 3 sleeping people in there.
Oh.
And they seem to be alive, and you can hear them like breathing. And as you like move the curtain back very quickly, you see it seems like there's some sort of like ward about this or enchantment where when the curtains are drawn, it's like a silence zone or something of the sort. But they seem to be in there snoring, sleeping peacefully.
Okay, I will close the curtain. I will go over to my friends and say, there are people in here sleeping in that
shit,
bed.
what?
Oh, great.
Of note, Serenup, none of them have chains on their necks.
Yeah, they just seem to be, they're not like chained or anything like that. I think they were guests for the Fiend.
Oh,
Oh,
who is
great.
it? What do they look like?
I
Me,
didn't want to
Integrity
stay over there
being-
long enough to know. Take a look at who
Integrity, you
he
can-
was
you can
in bed
scuttle
with.
over.
Integrity, who loves the goss, loves all the deets.
Well,
Would
Integrity,
like to take a peek and
Integrity.
look at
Yeah.
who it is, who
Serenup
they
like
are, what
pulls
they
at her
do.
hair and goes, Integrity, no! And you like crawl along the carpet or along the tile and like peek in. You see 3 very well-muscled folks.
Damn.
Listen, I'm going to tell you what they look like. They're very well-muscled. They are not wearing any clothes and wrapped up in the sheets.
Yep.
And you see their faces sleeping soundly. Every single one of them looks exactly like the Fiend of Avarice.
Oh my god.
That-
Oh, great.
That like
That
chiseled face, that long, greasy,
narcissist.
red hair.
I'm going to look at my friends and I'm going to say, is that? Do you think that that's where the Fiend of Avarice took like his life when he, you know how like he breathed it in and then all of a sudden he's alive again? Do you think that that's where he got it
I
from?
don't know, but close the curtain and get back over here.
I don't think.
Do you want to walk back over to where Integrity is, like
Guys!
kneel and crawl on? the
Everybody's
floor
just
and
looking
peek
at
through?
them.
I look over to Boo when they're just like not paying attention to like the seriousness of this. If we get caught, I look over to Boo and I'm like, do you want to take a look at the bathroom?
What the hell are you all doing?
I don't know what they're doing. I stepped away from it.
As Booze kind of talks a bit loudly, you see one of the figures inside in the bed like rustle and like their eyes start to open just a little crack. Mirror and Integrity, you're like
Ducking
peeking
down.
in.
Yeah.
They like open their eyes. I need everyone to make stealth checks.
Oh,
God damn it.
10 plus 6. 16. 16.
Okay.
A respectable 16.
That's a good number.
28.
15.
Okay, 15's a good number too.
That's 19.
19's a great number. You all duck out of the way, and this figure like opens their eyes, and they look around and they go, "Jens, is that you?" And then they hear nothing, and they just their head leans back and they zonk right out again.
I'm gonna point to Integrity and Mira, and I'm gonna like you two, get over here.
Get over here.
Get over here.
Yep.
Integrity, you can let the curtain fall back. That zone of silence goes over the bed. You don't hear the snoring anymore, and presumably they can't hear you scuttling around their room anymore. And Integrity and Mira, you can like stand back up and walk back over to here at Fred's.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, I said not to do what. Anyway,
Why the hell are there just people in that tub right now?
I can make a
well,
guess.
when a fiend and a
What's your
person
guess?
and a person and a person love each other very much.
Yes, I know how that works.
Okay,
Yes,
that's the
it
answer to
seems
the
like
question
in this
then.
case, when a person loves themselves, very point being,
You
Wait.
still smell a rotten smell coming from the bathroom.
Yeah.
May I look at the tap water? You said that water was running.
Water's trickling out from the bathroom.
Yeah.
As you walk over to it and like stand in it for a second, it's very warm water. And you can like peek into the bathroom very cautiously, and you see there seems to be someone in a large soaker tub, and you see the arms like on either side, but you don't see the head. And it seems like someone is just like submerged in a tub with their arms hanging out. And the water is just like overflowing out of the tub.
That's disgusting. I think there's a dead person in the tub.
Is that where the body went? Into the tub?
You all can like peek around. Do you guys want to get closer?
Yeah.
You guys can all creep in, your feet becoming, or your shoes making little sounds as you walk through the standing water here, and you can all peek over the high lip of this tub. You see a muscular elven body, and the head is completely detached. It looks exactly like the body of Yent from down in the pit fight arena, the way that Integrity and Boo had severed it using their dagger and lance and cutting words. It looks, and there's no blood leaking out of it. It's almost like the stump where the head is, like the neck. It's just like, almost looks like it's gilded.
Oh.
What do you mean by gilded?
It looks like there's no muscle that you can see. There's no bone. It looks like a golden statue that has been covered with like skin, and then you knock the head off of it and revealed the gold inside.
Oh.
I'm going to, I think because the water might also wake them up, I'm going to turn off the tap. Yeah.
Absolutely. You turn the tap off. It like very slowly peters out, and you can hear just the faintest as it finishes. The water stops pouring out over the edge of the tub, and like the silence. There's like a silence in here, and then you can just hear like the whipping of like the dust storm outside, violent winds, and nothing else. The smell is just emanating off of this thing's body.
Okay, so we know now where the body went after you guys took his head.
How did it get here so fast?
Magic teleportation, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else in this in this bathroom?
In the bathroom specifically, there's a lot of beautiful skincare products next to the sinks. It looks like this dude has like a 40-step skincare process, 20 for the
Damn
morning, 20
right.
for the night.
Jesus.
There's a lot of decadent perfumes. There is a like, yeah, let's fucking do this. It's steamy in here from all the heat, and you can see the big heart
oh my
drawn with the
God.
finger in the steam on the mirror.
Not the heart.
And if do you guys want to look around any further in like great detail?
Would love to look around.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is fine.
Yeah, is there anything in any of
Secret
the, like, are there bathroom drawers as well?
There absolutely are. Everyone, are you all going to just be searching the bathroom, or do you want to extend this to like the suite at large?
I'll extend this to the suite at large.
Yeah, I want.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
suite as
Boo,
well.
you can. Okay, perfect.
there's like a little office
Boo-
area, that kind of thing in
There
this
absolutely
area.
is. Yeah.
Documents.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Boo, you can check out the living room. Mira, since you first inquired here, you can check out the bathroom. It's Serenup, you can walk over to a small writing desk on the next to one of the windows. Some of the letters seem to be blown away onto the ground or have been sucked out into the storm itself. But there is still stuff there. Integrity, what do you want to check out?
The nooks and crannies.
Looking for like hidden stuff?
Yes,
Okay.
like under the bed, like
Under the bed? What, in the chandeliers, in the candle holders, stuff like that?
yeah,
Okay.
just because like everyone's already like searching
Absolutely. No,
the
no
general
worries.
area and
Hey, it's not silly.
okay.
Can you guys all make investigation checks for me?
Yes.
Ooh, that's good.
That is a
Non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20.
Also a non-natural
13.
20.
Nice.
Yeah.
got a 13.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill my dice. I roll a 5, so that's a 7.
Dang, Boo. You walk out, you walk over to these like bottles of wine. You
I
hold
can't
them
see
up.
shit because there's fucking dust everywhere.
There's dust
I
everywhere.
can't see anything in this bottle
Any
because there's liquid in it.
traces-
Gotta drink it.
Any traces of stuff that would have happened in this living room or sitting room, there's dust coming in from the storm outside and is kind of like covered over everything. The best you can tell is like they loved like there's like 6 cups in here, so there might have been 6 bodies or something.
Jesus.
I'm not sure if 13 will do it if I'm looking at the nooks and crannies. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm lucky and
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Oh!
maybe because
Lucky
like
duck?
of the high stress, high cortisol, I become
Okay.
more keen at looking at things. And that's much better because I rolled a 17
Nice.
plus 4, that's a 21.
21. Okay. Let's go in order then. Mira, Marchand. Let me just write nooks and crannies down so I don't forget. I'm known to forget these things. Mira, Marchand, you stay in this stanky bathroom as
Stanky
your
bathroom.
friends go and investigate the rest of the room. You dig through the drawers in here. There is a lot of. They look like from the best you can ascertain, the first one, it's like teeth care. The second one, there's some like more skincare products and hair care. The fourth drawer is like kind of jammed. And so you put a lot of force and just pull it open. And it looks like, from the best you can guess, it just looks like different trinkets, or there was a hair, or there's like the gifts you give people, right? The gifts you give people you love, right? It looks as though you have found a drawer, a little shrine of objects of, or like tokens of devotion or love. You pull it, you look through, and there's like a bunch of like gilded hair clips, like belt buckles, cufflinks, those kind of things. All of them made from like very beautiful materials, all like featherweight, just these gorgeous things. Some of them have like little love letters engraved upon them.
I'm guessing they're all from different people.
They're all from different people, yes. All directed to the Fiend of Avarice, or Yent, my lord, lots of them call him, that general stuff. I don't know if you want to take any of those things. They all look quite valuable.
No.
Okay.
I don't really want any of this stuff.
It would feel kind of gross to like take these and then like
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Beyond that, let me look something up because I have it in my mind.
He has it in his mind.
Get it out of your mind then.
Escort it out of your mind. It's fucking Fiend of Avarice, man. What the fuck?
Mira Marchand, you check the other side of the sink. There's 3 sinks in here. You check the left side, the far side, and open these drawers. Again, teeth care. The next one, some like sleeping masks. The next one, earplugs. And the fourth one, again, jammed. And as you pull on it, you can hear like a clink, 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 clink of like bottles inside. And you're like, oh, this is just going to be like tonics for his like skin. And you pull it open and you find 4 multicolored, or not multicolored, they're all just 4 different colors, beautiful potions stored in these wonderful crystalline jugs. One is bright gold, or a very shiny gold, and seems to be like bubbling. The next one is a dark green, and there seems to be little bits of like moss and stuff growing up the inside of the bottle. The next one is a completely, it's a very transparent liquid. It is amber, and inside you see floating in there like a bunch of small scorpions.
Ooh. Okay.
And the final one looks like a potion that just, it looks like a bottle of like molten metal, like just bright steel.
So one bubbly shining gold, one dark green with moss inside, one translucent amber with scorpions, and one that looks like molten metal.
Yes.
I'm going to take all of these because these seem potentially useful.
Absolutely.
I don't know what any of them do, but
no, you don't. But you can discern what they are over your long rest if you would like.
yeah, I may.
Getting all sorts of cool fluids.
Yep. Yep. All about. That's what this room's about, you know? Staring at the Cinderman. You walk over, you hear Mira rooting through stuff, getting some skincare tips. You walk over to this writing desk, and it does strike you kind of annoyed that it seems like a lot of the recent things seem to have flown out the window, been pulled away by this dust storm. You get to work very quickly, reading through these as fast as possible. It seems to be a lot of correspondences. There is a lot of like, it's in a little bin that's marked fan mail. It seems to be just abject love letters from adoring people. You also see there's a very thick book here, bound in like a orange leather. And it's like you open it and it seems to be like a ledger, a spreadsheet, and you read, it's truly the past 500 years of the like kind of like histories of like the gambling house's losses and gains at the end of every week.
Whoa.
And you look at like the most recent week, it is in the millions of gold pieces.
Oh my god.
Or, not like hundreds of millions of gold pieces, like an absurd amount of money. And you look at the past like record for the past like year or so, and every single week they seem to be up about 6 million gold pieces.
Holy shit.
They haven't lost any money in about 6 years. It takes you, and you can easily discern that because as you flip back, you're just looking for any red whatsoever in this book. It's 6 years back, and they were only down like 12 gold.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because they're not letting people leave to take the money out, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's
Can I be the next
quite
fiend?
a bit of wealth, and can you be the next Fiend of Avarice Integrity?
Oh my god.
A final piece of correspondence, since you rolled so well, a letter sits in like a very, you know how like some people would put like photos above, like on a shelf above their desk, like things that they hold quite
Mementos.
dear. Mementos. On the like top shelf of this little writing desk, Sereneth, there is a single kind of letter that is in a picture frame, and it reads, "My Lord," the addressment to him, as so many other people address him. But it is framed. It looks quite old. Did you want to break that frame and read it?
Do I need to break the frame to read it? Wait a second.
You don't, but it would be fun.
No.
You can pull this off gently, turn it over, take the back off of it, and pull this very old envelope out of its little frame. You crack it open, or you turn around and you see that there's a wax seal upon it. It seems to be a fiery symbol with like eyes and ears within it. Some sort of fiendish house or nobility, it might seem.
Okay.
Or maybe just official correspondence. You open it, and as you read it, it is in this beautiful script. It seems to be additionally a love letter, similar to so many of those other fan mails. And then at the bottom, this is the piece that you find quite fascinating, Sereneth, is a name that you recognize. It's signed Your Love, Haktul.
That sounds like the thing the Fiend of Death said, yes.
Yep.
I see.
You can pocket it if you want.
We're meeting with them tomorrow. I don't know how. Maybe it'll help reconcile some feelings. Let's take it with us. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, the guy, who knows?
Yo, Haktul, he kept your
meanwhile,
letter.
Finally, Integrity Eye Idleberry, you turn out all of the sconces in this place. You kind of like look under the bed. You look under all of the furniture, kind of like feeling at it, knocking around for secret compartments or hidden things. You don't find anything until you walk over to the sitting room where Boo is, and you just stand on the couch, and you like reach out to this chandelier and kind of like look into it, like pull yourself up to it almost on your tippy toes. Inside, you find two things. In one of the little sconces on the chandelier, there is the tiniest little golden flower. It is like a little bloomed flower that has just been placed here, ever so delicately. If you were to bring it to your nose and smell it, it smells very similar to how that bathroom smells, very rotten.
Ugh.
Okay.
The other thing you find at this chandelier, next to this one, in a different sconce, is a very tiny eyeball.
Ugh.
And as you pick it up, it just like swivels around and looks right at you. And then it does like an X on its eye, and it just falls limp in your hand.
Okay. Are there any cups just lying around?
Yeah, right
or
on the
vials?
right on the sitting room table. There's a bunch of cups that these folks used to drink some wine out of. You can drop down and just drop those two in there if you would like.
Yes, I would love that because I
Yeah.
don't want to just like hold it without.
Do you want to hold the flower though?
Hmm.
Put it in your hair.
I mean, if it's like delicate, I wouldn't want to like handle it too
Okay.
harshly.
So you can put that down on the table as well. All of you, as you do your individual investigating, find your discrete items and things, and then you can come together standing in the living room or sitting down on these dusty couches if you would like to talk about anything you found or something of the matter. Or is it the case that you would like to vacate this room quickly before the people in the bed wake up?
I don't want to stick around here and then wait for those people to wake up and then we have to deal with
I
them.
agree.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
just
I agree.
head back to our room and then we can discuss there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You quietly slip out here. We cut from the door being closed to the door of your guys' room swinging open. The poor decor in your room now on full blast, right? You thought this was a beautiful room, and beyond like the gaudy red walls of that beautiful suite of the Fiend of Avarice, this one feels much poorer in comparison. The bed smaller, the floor less beautiful, the windows smaller, and it's kind of like a poor person room now is what it feels like. But nonetheless, you can all pile in, sit at the seats in front of your beds and cross your legs and kind of have a little discussion if you would like, or you're just kind of like doing your general getting ready to go to bed stuff as you talk. But is there anything you guys want to talk about?
Is anyone familiar with this kind of flower?
I'm not a botanist. You better ask someone else.
Did someone want to take a peek at it?
Well, she's showing it to all of us.
Okay, yeah. Anyone who would like to can make a nature or arcana check.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Would not.
16 total. 12 plus 4.
16.
Let me arcana. That's decent as fuck. Okay, 23.
Nice. That is decent as fuck.
Damn right.
Mira, Serenup, you can both look at it, and it's not attached to a stem or anything. It looks to be quite dusty and old. The two of you can just deduce it's obviously like magical in nature. It's some sort of conjured or otherwise created kind of thing. It doesn't ring any bells for you, Mira, beyond it being of magical nature. But Serenup, something that you take notice of as you examine it a bit more carefully is every time you're all speaking and every time you utter a word or like breathe on it, all of the petals flitter a little bit, almost like it's very sensitive to people's words.
Ooh. Okay. So it seems to kind of like, what's the word? It reacts to sound.
Is it listening to what we're saying?
You mean you think it's some kind of like spy
Listen,
thing,
like-
Serenup?
Mira, this is no mystery to you. You know these kind of things. You immediately jump to it. Is this a spy device? Is this an ear meant to listen on me?
Yeah, I've had spy devices planted in my room before.
I mean, there are spells to,
Mhm.
you know, like clairvoyance, like spells to like, listen and to watch.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be beyond if someone like enchanted it, for instance.
I think we should destroy
To
it.
be
If we
able-
don't know who anything we say is being sent to, then we can't
Yeah.
say anything in here.
Now you're speaking my language.
Boo, do you want to break this thing?
You can set it on fire.
I'll attempt to.
What do you want to do to it?
I want to set it on fire.
I want to like pull a petal off. To see what
you
happens
walk
first.
You walk over. That's my cup of tea. You walk over, grab it out of Antegra's hand. Serenup lights a little fire on her finger and goes, "Oh, I wanted to burn it." And then you just rip a petal off, and then it just sheds all of its petals in an instant and just falls to the ground, and all of its beautiful gold color, almost like it looks like ink that spills out onto the floor.
Hopefully
Ugh.
that killed it.
The center of the flower were like because you said that the petals kind of fell off.
Yeah.
What about the center?
Oh, that shit it turns to dust.
Damn. I didn't even have to set it on fire. We did it by itself.
Nah, takes care of it.
Well, we resolved that, and now I have a dead eyeball.
That's
She holds up. Integrity holds up a
sick.
little wine glass that has an eyeball, or like a little beautiful crystal glass. It has like a golden rim. She holds it up. She goes, "I have a little eyeball," and swishes around this eyeball in a glass. It has an X over it, and there's no pupil. It's just an X.
That's interesting. Cool. No, actually,
Oh, I found some potions too.
Yeah, you can pull out these potions. Show everyone. They look very potent.
I might spend some time with them before we go to bed and sort of try to like study them and see if we can figure out what they do. But I figure if he was keeping them in a top secret drawer, they're probably pretty powerful and they might help us. And I do the the finger on throat gesture again.
Yeah.
huh.
Well,
mean-
can I help Mira with this endeavor?
Oh, absolutely. That's a before bed kind of thing, though. Is that what
Okay.
we would like to do? Is there anything else you would like to discuss?
Well, I was just going to bring up, like, besides, the betting house being pretty successful the last number of years, with when it comes to, like, their revenue, I did find a love letter written
A love
to
letter. Oh yeah,
the
he had a
Fiend.
lot of.
Yeah, it's from Huktul. To the
Fiend.
Fiend.
Of course it is.
She puts it down on the table between all of you. You can all lean over. It's like beautiful prose written, just like an absent-minded letter written to oh, I was. It's just not.
It's just
naff.
fluff words.
It's fluff. It's 100% fluff.
So-
super in love fluff.
Do you all think that they were lovers, or it was a one-sided thing?
I mean, from what bedmates the Fiend keeps, it seems that the Fiend only has one true love, and it's himself.
Yeah, apparently. Sounds like there was some jilting happening there. That's seriously what we had to do a whole fight and like kill. I mean, the guy makes people pit fight each other, and we did a murder because of somebody's ex. Like,
I mean,
all right.
if we're having the dinner tomorrow, I mean, Huktul's going to be there. We could probably
Make
Get
fun
it.
of him?
I was gonna say get a final answer on what exactly the whole situation was, because we're only
Oh,
getting
like, just for fun?
pieces of it.
Mira's like, ooh, just for fun.
I mean, I guess.
As you all
Cool.
sit here, by the way, as you all sit here, by the way,
Yeah.
you hear a very, like, you're sitting here in silence. Mira, like you're looking at these potions. You're kind of split off now after Sereneth presented this information. After sitting here for maybe 30 minutes, your peace and quiet is loudly interrupted as you hear a horrific metallic scraping sound coming from outside. And you can all run over to the window, and plain as day, you see those like 80, 90 chains that were all leading here, like the ropes of a gondola, all snapped to bits. You see two large fiends standing there holding two massive pairs of bolt cutters that they seem to have gone through the chains with. And you also see like people who are stranded at the edge of a beach who are scared to go in the water. Just a massive crowd of people wearing black tuxedos who, as those two fiends finish cutting those chains, they all start running back into the betting house in fear and terror as those fiends go to round everyone back up.
I mean, the ones that were in the cages, like, they turned into spectral light. They, like, went through the walls. Like, they got out, right?
I hope so. I hope enough people got out. I mean, ideally, everyone will be able to. Yeah. I hope so, Sereneth.
And you can all retire. Do your own kind of things. Clean yourselves up.
Take a bath.
Horrible fight. Take a bath. You take a nice, relaxing bath. The tub in here is not so. It's a bubble bath. You take a bath. The one in here is not so big, boo, as the one in Yent's abode. However, there's no stinky bodies in it.
Yeah,
so
thank God.
A very relaxing bubble bath. It smells pop of lavender and a bit of jasmine, and it's just delicious. Or not delicious. You don't eat it, please. But it's just a wonderful, relaxing time.
Just looks over, he's licking the soap.
Mira and Integrity, before you guys head off to bed, using your combined alchemical knowledge, you can derive that these potions are: the gold one is a potion of heroism, the green one with moss, a potion of animal friendship, the one with little scorpions in it, the amber-colored one, is a potion of longevity, and the final one, the iron or the molten metal one, is a potion of invulnerability.
Oh. Okay.
This is all great.
Those last two, in case you don't know, Potion of Longevity increases your lifespan by 1d6 plus 6 years, and Potion of Invulnerability makes you invulnerable or gives you resistance to all damage for a minute.
For 1 minute?
For 1 minute.
Damn.
The other ones do exactly what they sound like.
Yeah.
But you can poke at these things and kind of guess what they are together before heading off. You all tuck yourselves in for a good night's rest after a job well done.
Cool.
And that's where we'll end this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. Carla, could you give us an outro, please?
Well, that was a banger of an episode, wasn't it? It was very, sweaty. Please don't forget to leave a rating or a review on our iTunes or wherever you listen to this podcast. Write your love letters to the podcast.
Yeah.
On there. We truly appreciate it. And if you are not the kind of person who likes writing, which is my vibe, share us with your friends. Be like Trials and Trebuchets. What a banger of a podcast, you know. They're quite great. I'm bored. Let's listen to the podcast. And let's listen to this 5 people talk to each other. We also have an Instagram, and I'm not going to say that we have a Twitter, even though we do. But we have an Instagram at Trials and Trebs.
We do.
You should give us a follow, and you can get updates on stuff on there. And unfortunately, there's no giveaways anymore.
For now.
For now. Also, if you would like to share some moolah into this gambling podcast.
It's not a gambling
you
podcast.
You can do that
right?
through 2 different avenues, 2 different roads. On one road, you can go to our Patreon and give money there. And on the Patreon, you have the potential to create your own character. You can also choose bonus episodes. You can also get access to things such as bloopers.
Wow.
The other avenue, the other road in which you can provide us some monetary support.
And also get something back physically.
I agree. You are correct. And that is through what? It's a merch store. And what's a merch store?
Trebmerch.com.
Trebmerch.com.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That is all.
That's it. Did you say the Discord? Yeah, you did.
I didn't say the Discord.
There's
but
also a Discord link down in the description. Thank you everyone for listening to this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed poking through a dead man's fucking living room. Until next time,
Fucking Lily.
farewell.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.